of trading. We have sports and we also have futures. All these are the types of trades Royalty has. Okay? Royalty has sports and the futures. But since futures, we are focusing on the coming time, we will introduce the futures trading. We will teach you how them. But them. But they will be only advisable to those who have mastered. They will be only advisable to those who have mastered this trading. Trading. The problem with the futures trading, you can do. The problem with the futures trading, you can do money. Yes, money. Let's sit with leaders who are giving signals, and we sit with leaders who are giving signals, and we see how we to enter into the futures market, benefit from it. You get the futures market, benefit from it. You get the point? Because when we are trade, we trade. Because when we are trade, we trade when the market's going up, going down. I trade when the market's going up, going down. After the market is going up, we buy. When the market is going down, we buy. When the market is going down, we say that is futures trading. That is futures trading. But today we talk about sport. When we are trading sport trading, okay. sport trading, okay. Sport trading, this is what happens. This is what happens. The market trading is uh, excuse me. Volatility means that the market you are trading, um, the um, the markets you are trading, okay, their prices are uncertain. The price action is very fast. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? The market can go up in just minutes or hours, and even it can market. You got to be it. You got to be very, very cautious. Now, this what happens in the market we are trading. Remember, we said we are going to be talking about sport. What is sport? Sport means buy. What is sport? Sport means buy low, sell, and high. That's sport trading. I bought Bitcoin when it was at 99,000. Right now, it's at 100. I last saw it when it was at 108,000. Savannah USD, that you're gonna ship trading. In spot trading, I bought here and I sell. So in spot trading, if I buy Bitcoin at this price and the Bitcoin goes down to 80, I wait. Not in a loss. This is what I apply. Waiting or investing more. Now, this is where our business is, and this is where our topic is. Let me read that thing. And the current price, for example, is live. The current price of Bitcoin is $300. 108, $300 in a BTC pair. That is Bitcoin. Many of us we are new, don't worry, I'll keep on coming here, teach you more about this. I'll teach you the history of our industry. Where did Bitcoin come from? Okay? What is the power it holds to us? What's the future of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in the world. So if I bought Bitcoin at this price, because this happens tomorrow, it can Bitcoin go 95,000. Ikintu kyebiyita volatility. It's what we call volatility of money. Now, if the market is my screen visible? Is my screen visible? I think we switch everyone's microphone. Even people in the meeting in their mics are on. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me clear. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Oh, thank you. Now, in the spot trading, if I buy Bitcoin at price and Bitcoin goes down, that means in other markets, I have lost future. You lose money. Like Forex, you lose money. Indices, you lose money. Sport, you don't. What you do, you apply this. You wait. That is waiting. The word is waiting. I wait for Bitcoin to come up to this same price. Then I sell it again. Now I have two options. Either I wait or I invest more. Because at first it was at a higher price. Now it's at a cheaper price. That means if I buy it now, I'll be benefiting a lot. A relationship with margin calls. Margin calls means you traded a certain coin, and if the prices reach down, now the robot is buying more of that currency. Now, whenever it buys more, you get more quantity. Who was in math class when I was teaching about the trade settings to handle floating loads? Who attended that class? When did I do it? Was it Monday? Who attended my class on Monday? Who saw that? Who was in that class? No one. Give me some if you attended that class on Monday, where I was teaching about how to handle floating loads, the best trade settings to handle floating loads. No one attended. Imagine you people to Ivan. Even Reiki Master, you were not in that class. This is what I advise you, all of you. Go to YouTube, search our YouTube channel, to Robot Game Changers. Search that channel. Okay? After searching the channel, if you never subscribe on our channel, please don't subscribe. Okay? Tap on the channel, watch that video I did on Monday. It was posted there, by the way. Okay? Tap live. Our trainings we do here live, right? Mm-hmm. The training I did on Monday, research it here. Bye-bye floating loss. Okay? Bye-bye floating loss strategy. It's one of the best settings to help you handle floating loss. Let me even paste it in our group. Okay? Those who didn't attend that training, please go and watch it. Okay? Now, it will make you understand more our current training is going to be a supplement. What I'm teaching you today, it's going to be a supplement of our Monday class. The continuation. Now, today we are going to understand what are margin calls. Why should you have margin calls when you are trading? The market we are trading, I'm going to draw the market. After drawing it, I teach you how margin calls work. Then we go in a real market. Then to get a data. How the robot is doing it. I'm going to use the colors used in the market. We have red and green. The green color is not so much green yet. Got the green one. Okay. Now, this is how the market works. Let's assume this is with stroke USD. But you have a coin here. All seeing my screen. So this coin has been going up. Hmm? People making money there. Then eventually, the market starts to come down. Then it might green go. Then the market starts to recover. Okay. Are you seeing the graph? Now this is how our graph looks like for a coin called the WIP stroke USDT. Now, let's assume I entered. Now I'm going to use yellow, showing the robots, how the robot is entering the market. Let's assume from Saudi Arabia. By the way, Namaigaza, you are from Saudi or from another country? Huh? Namaigaza, are you in class today? I guess she's busy. You know, some of you tell yourself, I'm too busy, simanyandi busy, I'm abroad, in Kola, simanya China. Namaigaza is in Saudi, Kadama, but she's the one giving signals. She learned all these things online. You know, some people, they're like, no, I come back home, I don't look for you, you get for me time, you teach me, you are not going to see me. Eh? Some people think that they can only learn when they are seeing the teacher physically. You can learn everything on your phone. You know how many things you learned online? Who told you what? TikTok. TikTok, now everyone knows TikTok and how to operate it. Who told you how to use it? Also learn how to make money online. Eh? Decide to study things. I can't learn things on phone. You know, the phone is very tiny. But you're waiting for a class with a desk and a blackboard that is not coming back in your life. Adapt. Eh? Adapt, man. Back then we used to watch news on TV. Today was time for a TV. We watch everything on tiny screens. Let's go. Now, this is our ratio. It bought this coin here. Let's assume. Idanamaiga Zam gave us a signal on this level. Check out. If we buy this coin, let me look for with where you seen you somewhere. By the way, I like that coin. Holders, please buy this coin. Coin mjira very good dollar. Name $50. It's a very good project. Let's use this example. When was this? This was on 12th. When was the 12th? That was on Monday last week. You see? On 12th, let's assume Idanamaiga gave us a signal to enter this coin, thinking it's going to give us 3%. What was the price? It was at $1.2. All-time high. Here, the price of this coin was at $1.2. Robot, you name that coin here. I don't know what's your first buying amount. Maybe it's $10, others it's 20, others it's 30, others it's 50, others it's 300. I have one of my friends, he's trading signals. His strategy, trade setting back buying amount $320. But I'm call cent. The robot enters with 1.2 millions in the first buying amount. Eh? Hey. As for us, we are trading with the $10. But we go up TV. Let's go. $1.2. That was the price of the coin. Now, the coin is started dropping. We don't know. Is it dropping? Maybe it was a market trend. Maybe there was bad news. Of course, obviously, from last Monday, Nicaragua. I want to remind you that the dropping of the market, in trading, I don't teach trading. Nabagamba rendi tandi kusomesa trading. It will be one of the best classes ever. Trading is a game. When I read to people will take it personal. It's a game between buyers and sellers. Trading, whatever you are selling, it's a game between buyers and sellers. Now, simple economics. The more, when buyers are very many, prices are leading here. Let me give an example. You are in Kayinda. You are the only person who has a swimming pool. Okay? Go in a swimming pool, go in Kayinda. You know what's going to happen? You're going to have a lot of buyers. My swimming pool is 30K per person. People will pay money. This is what's up. Boom. 4 guys. They see how a business is really moving. Now, whenever see my swimming pool, whenever just wow. What's going to happen? The prices go down. They come wow. You get what I'm saying? Same concept with the trading. Some coins, when they go up, many people sell them. So when the market go up, these guys start to sell. That's why sometimes you see a downtrend. So usually downtrends, it's not about so many news. Trump has simply a game between buyers and sellers. Now, WIF started with dropping. The past week, people were selling this coin so much. I have a trade. I entered with $300, wanting to take 3%. I'm just $1 chap. Coin it a young part for the past week. You get what I'm saying? So now, what does the robot do? The prices start to go down. Now the robot understands, now the trend has changed. So what it does, starts buying levels. It buys here, buys here, buys here, buys here. Because the robot doesn't know, is this trend ending? It keeps buying, keeps buying, it keeps buying. Depending on the number of margin calls you have in the drop. Okay, now let's come back to AQ. AQ, default settings. I want to use the default settings. Okay. Let me use the default settings. The defaults are saying margin configuration. The default settings are saying when the market drops, the first call, a call is a margin call. Robot Egamat, you in the margin configuration, this is the engine of the robot. These are the orders the robot follows to buy. Okay? So the robot is saying the first call. Now, in the margin configuration, it's asking, when should I buy? Then the default settings are saying, when the market drops 3.5, buy. So that means this is our first margin call. When the market drops 3.5%, the robot bought margin call here. Now, second margin call, the robot said when the market drops 4%, buy again. Now the market dropped another 4%. Are you seeing my drawings? Are you seeing them? It seems I'm writing very small things. Okay, let's go. It bought the second margin call. Third margin call, 4.5. Sixth margin call, 5.2. Eighth margin call, 8%. Because now the robot is understanding the market. Open. So the robot is doing more buys. The sixth margin call, 10%. Then lastly, 12%. Are you getting what I'm saying? The strategy we learned on Monday was saying the deeper the market goes, buy more. That's the strategy. If it's injected here $10, the moment the market drops, it will put here 20, 40, 80, 160, 320, 640, exactly. What from 640 could that make? I don't know. What could that make? 1,280, I guess. Isn't that the right figure? 640 times 2, how much will we get? Right. I guess I'm right. Okay. So now the robot, the default settings with the Gula. The more the market dips, if the coin was at 1.2% when we first bought it, you realize that the prices kept going down. Let's assume here the price was at $1. Like $1, that's okay, Mavic. Now, who told Ugandans that our sign should come at the end? You know, when you write 10,000, maybe these guys didn't trust us. They thought you could add another zero there. American, they are fine. They are fine before the deal. So you find out that here it's $1. Maybe the price went down to $0.8, $0.7, $0.6, $0.5, $0.4. Okay, whenever the price was buying with more money, you know what former strategy? By the way, this strategy is for patient people. You can't live it. And strategies work differently in different markets. But I want to give you this assurance: the market will always drop. The market will always drop. Why? Simply because there are people who are selling. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now, these are what we call margin calls. Okay? So whenever the market was dropping, the robot was buying. Whenever the market was dropping, the robot was buying. It will depend on your strategy. There is a strategy where you have many margin calls. Someone can have like 50 margin calls, and each margin call is dropping 1%. Now, whenever the market goes down 1%, the robot buys. 1%, the robot buys. 1%. We have very many different strategies. There is someone who has only 4 margin calls. It's $9. Now, every margin call is using $250. But every margin call is dropping by maybe 8%. That's also another strategy. It's the same thing. It explains how the robot is buying. Now, let's go in the real market. Let's go in the real market. When you open here on Royal Q, when you go to any coin, the robot will give you what we call, let me remove all indicators. I want a plain, a plain candlestick. Okay. I want candlesticks which are very plain with no indicators. I think everything is clear now. Now, let's come back. Let me enlarge a little bit. Okay. Now, I want us to look at this structure. This is the 4-hour time frame. When the market was going up last week, people were buying. What did these buyers do? And go down. Now we started seeing the red candles here. Let me take a screenshot. I draw our class. Now this is a candlestick pattern for WIP stock USDT for the past today is Wednesday. That means for the past 10 days. This was our first buying amount. It happened on this level. Then the market started dropping down. When the market started dropping, our robot started buying in levels. In levels. I'm seeing the levels. Now, this one was the last level down. How much was the price on this level? Straight line. The price was here at 0.8. That means the price was somewhere like 0.9. Then I take coin you have done 1.3. What the robot was doing, it was buying less whenever the coin went down. Now what's happening? Now the market has started going up. Even if your first buying amount was at 1.3, you may find your robot selling at 1.1 or about 11. The robot can sell from there. We learned that in our class. But the more the robot buys higher quantities at a low price, even if it changes the selling price. In Royalty, we call it average price. Even if the robot changes the average price, it will sell when you are making profits. Because what it bought at a higher price was little quantity. But what it bought at a cheaper price is the higher quantity. That's why I was telling you that the Monday strategy helps you not to have a lot of loss. Your trades are always going out. Why? Simply because the robot is using an opportunity that when the market goes down, buys more. However, there are people who have a strategy whereby when the robot buys, this is the first buying amount level, when the robot keeps buying margin calls. Because margin calls, paka kuleve ya sembye wansi. This was the last level. There is what we call sub-bin, real-time settlement. When you have your robot in that mode, if you have margin calls, what will the robot do? Olaba margin call eno gye yaguze ku eno level. Are you seeing it? It will sell it at this level. You get what I'm saying? Because from here to here, there is a profit. That's why you're seeing the sub cells. The robot is selling some margin calls. Do you get what I'm saying? Let me draw it. Let me draw it clearly. You know, we want this 8 p.m. class we teach something and really people understand it. I entered the coin, it started dropping, like you are saying. And still the margin calls. Our first buying amount was here. Our first margin call was here. Our second was here. Our third was here. on this level. Let me change the color. Let me use red. Now, our third margin call, third margin call is going level. Also, when the market started going up back to this level, the robot sold the third margin call. About trading a sub in real time. This is what happens. When the market went up back to this level, remember it has not reached the first buying amount level. Are you seeing this level here? The robot has not reached there yet. But it has gone up, it has gone above higher than the third margin call. When the robot, what it does, it sells this margin call. Then the market started dropping again. It bought it again. You find your robot buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, then at a coin page flow. It's buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling, but that same coin is not selling it completely. It's just selling subs. That's what's happening. So it is selling some of these margin calls. It buys them on this level. When the price go up a little bit, it sells. It buys them at this level. When the prices go up at this, it sells it. You get what I'm saying? Buys it at this level. When the price go up here, it sells again. Like a sabo bin, real time. What do we benefit from margin calls? First of all, the essence calls in the beginning. You know, the beginning means default settings was to help a trader buy a coin for a cheaper price with more quantity. Look at this coin. And if your first buying amount was, okay, let's use $10. First, it was at $1.32. Your robot injected. How many coins do we get when we injecting $10 when the price is 1.3? Even a coin maker. By the way, the training about settings, usually there is a lot of calculations. Need much, no enough math. $2. We get 7. Here we are writing the quantity. Here the robot bought 7.57 coins. With $10. Now the market went down on the first Agab. Still, Agab has given us different answers. Agab is saying you get 30 over Zocha. Cut a $10 divided by 1 point divided by 1.32. The answer is 7.5. Okay. Now, the first margin call, the robot doubled the money. They take a move $20, gone down to $1. What happens? That means here the robot bought 20 coins. You get the point? Now the market went, the second margin call, the market went down to $0.8. What happened? What happened? I think let's use live examples because of here I'm seeing the prices of the coins. Roga nebula 1.34, one coin level 1.1, here 1.12, then $1 net, Katata one negwa 0.9. But anyway, let's use it as a study case. Kat price went up 0.8. At robot $. Now think about quantity you're going to have. $40 divide by 0.8. Here you are getting 50 coins. Katsinga price said that you are $1.2. And your robot decides to sell all these coins. 50 plus 20, that is 77.5 coins. 77.5 coins. 7.5 times $1.2. Omanyi sente zojjamu the robot sells at 93 USD. The sente ezejjamu. But how much did the robot invest? It invested 50 plus 20, that is 70 plus 7. So tujjeko 77.5 minus 93, sorry, 93 minus 77.5. We are getting a profit of $15. You get what I'm saying? The robot has made a profit of $15. But how did this come up? The robot was simply buying, it was buying quantity, regularly a cheaper price. Okay? Why are we having these classes? So someone will say, Kakati, the robot is doing the whole job. I'm opening my boat and I'm saving money. Why do I need this class? The answer is yes. You get what I'm saying? The answer is just like I bought a phone, saying my phone WhatsApp. But then sometimes I'm interested, how does it do it? How does it do it? That's why people are very much interested in knowing the components they use to create a phone. That's when they will know that maybe this phone will last longer, this phone won't catch fire. So sometimes we are learning this stuff, understand what the robot is doing. Let me tell you something. The moment you learn what this robot is doing, you will respect it so much. You respect the robot, you will love the business, you start seeing this as a business. Many people are not seeing this business as a business. Many people think this, you wait for customers. It's a business. Many people think a serious business or something to do to make money, you must apply somewhere, you sit in, you go somewhere, early in the morning, you are sitting in job. You sit somewhere, you do some stuff, you get paid at the end of 30 days. Serious. Things like apps on phone, simply because they're not understanding how it works. Man, think about it. About Twitter. Elon Musk bought Twitter with the price of $4 billion. If he was a Ugandan, if Elon Musk was a Ugandan, I'm pretty sure he would have bought him in Western Uganda and started growing coffee. This guy bought an app for $1 billion. He knew that he doesn't need anymore to advertise. He will advertise on his app. The app had already millions of users back then. That's a customer base. That application. Oh, did you know that? Most of the app. TikTok. Last year, there was a very big issue in America. The CEO of TikTok was summoned in the United States to come and explain how his app is working to the Americans. The senators were very concerned. Anyway, I told you some of our leaders are babies. They are born before computer. There is a senator who asked, does TikTok connect my Wi-Fi? Then the CEO said, yes, sir. It was like, now it should be banned. It's spying on us. And I'm like, now which app doesn't connect on your Wi-Fi? But anyways, that's how big these things are. Don't take them for granted. People are making millions of dollars at this rate. We've struck USDT. Today alone, people have traded it with $130 million. $1,000,000. You put it in Ugandan shillings, I don't know how many billions are that are. How many are they? because each $1 million is equivalent to 3.7 billion shillings. Now imagine 130 times. I think it's already radio. Coin yaka. It has over 300 coins. One coin, the volume is $130 million. Man, let me tell you, this is a serious business. That's why give it time, understand it, you will enjoy. Okay? You get your capital, you know what to do, you know how to set your boat, you know which coin to enter, and the beauty of this, you will enjoy it more when you get some trading knowledge. Simple bit. You go in the market, you look at a coin, you're like, this coin is worth the trading. You put it in, a cent, no fruma. You go in another coin. I hope now all of us we have understood what margin calls are. Those. Okay. Some of us we enter trades with the whole of our capital. You find someone where their trading capital is $1,000. But when they are trading, the first buying amount is 1,000. You are going to make profits by that. In case the market is very stable, good. You'll be in floating loss for a very long time. Otherwise, first buying amount of $1,000 is a good deal. You know what's going to happen? All the signals are going to be giving you $30. But the signal you're $30. You know what has been happening? In a day, you could even, when the market is good, in a day, you can even trade 5 signals. All the 5 signals we are selling very fast in a day. Now imagine 30 times 5. How much is that? How much is that? $150 every day. Will not every day. How much is that in a month? Okay, let's say 20 days. 20 good days in the simple scholar per month. That's how much. That's the trade of aim. But how much was the capital? We were using 1,000, 3.7. Now let me warn you, sir. If the market drops, you are not making any sense. And since we are in a volatile market, who knew that this coin will come? Who knew that this coin will come from this level to this level? Who knew that? That's why when you are trading, never enter the market with the whole of your capital. You get what I'm saying? Never enter the market with the whole of your capital as a first buying amount. No. Divide your capital in margin calls. Okay? Divide your capital. Uh, let me give an example. If I'm in real estate business, I'm buying land. By the way, do you hear me? I'm seeing people getting out of class. Maybe they no longer hear me. Is my network okay? Okay, thank you. Let me give an example. If I'm buying land and it's my business, I buy and sell land. Similar said, because okay, you are going to get a call. Someone is going to tell you, hey, how it is a good deal. Someone is saying is selling an acre of land at 15 a.m. Just here in Wakiso. This person wants to go in diaspora. Maybe they are working on papers to go in Canada. How much is an acre of land in Wakiso district? When you are buying it in normal terms. Because this is what normal terms means. This is the normal, this is the normal. The market will go down to this level. That's abnormal time. And I want to remind you something. Abnormal time always happens. Let me take you in history of this coin. Let's look at the candles of 1 week. Let's look at 1 week candles. But again, the market we are trading is volatile. Never trade it with carelessness. I want candles of 1 week. Now this is 1 week. This coin was introduced on Binance last year in March. Did you know that once upon a time it was at $4? How much is it now? $1. But you enter the market with a whole new capital. Think about someone who invested all their 1,000 at $4. They have been floating those for how long? Last year? Okay. In 2000, last year, 2024, in March, it was at $4. Then it came and it hit the same level in November.